How's he been since the 2000 Guineas?
He's been fine. He's been in good shape. Came out of the Guineas really well. Hasn't done much really yet, but he will head to Ascot, let's hope he can go on in the same vein.
Quite interesting this week, Richard Hannon coming out and saying, you've got to change the way you race this horse, you've got to change the way you train him, etc. Have you taken that?
I was amused to see it, and I can imagine that it was a throwaway half a sentence being made into a great big story, I suspect.
So you haven't changed his training style completely since the start of the week?
Well, of course, I'd like to give his instructions before the race as well.
Indeed. But all systems go St James's Palace Stakes?
Yes, at the moment that's the plan.
Is there a long-term plan with this horse, Lord Grimthorpe? I mean, is the ultimate to end up in the Breeders' Cup Mile against Goldacova? What is the long-term ultimate?
The long-term ultimate plan with this horse is to make him as good as we can,
right.
And give him every chance to show that. So there is at the moment there's no sort of set agenda in terms of it will obviously surround sort of mile and a quarter races, but whether he ends up at the Breeders' Cup this year. There's no real decisions have been made on that. I think we have to see how it goes. I wouldn't say it was a absolute target, ultimate target for him at this stage.
Yeah. Well, is it so? Obviously, he was champion 2-year-old or joint champion under the ridiculous ratings that were produced. But for most people in the world, bar about 4, he was champion 2-year-old outright. Is the aim then to make him the champion mile and a quarter 3-year-old sort of thing?
Well, it's to make him as good as he can be. Yes, hopefully the handicappers will see him in a good light at the end of this year.
And being by Galileo, there's no reason why he shouldn't still progress.
Oh, you'd hope so. Yeah. You'd certainly hope so. Yeah.
Just a quick mention. I've got obviously Twice Over coming up in the Lockinge. I think it's a big price at 8-1 if he was allowed to dictate from the front, which he might be if you listen to me, Lord Grimthorpe. Well, I just think this race is gunning for a front runner.
Yeah.
What's happening with him?
He's in good shape. I wish we had 20 more like him. He's the most charming, reliable horse in every way. He looks great. He's come out of Dubai good. Henry wanted to. We wanted to see how he was going, and we